weave pulling punching argument about ranking all of the Nintendo systems, both the console home systems and the handhelds. We are going to go through all of them, ranking them from S tier to D tier.
I thought about like maybe we should just do all the consoles ever. And then I realized, oh wait, Nintendo alone has way too many to even, start. And then I'm like, okay, we can't just throw PlayStation and Sega and all that. And like, never mind, we're not doing it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of the Outta Gaming Podcast, the show where we talk about the games we want to whenever they came out, because that's what we're playing. We'll talk old stuff, we'll talk new stuff, we'll talk everything in between. I am your host, WckdGmrUK Allen, but on this episode, you can call me GBA because I have been going down memory lane with my newly acquired Game Boy Advance, and boy, oh boy, is this a fun trip. This is one sexy little machine. Thanks for that gift, Mike.
My pleasure.
And as always, I am joined by the most amazing co-host in the world, Mike Malldee, aka the god tier ranking co-host that outranks us all.
What does that even mean,
Mike?
Good, I guess. Thank you for that introduction. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting these consoles and systems and handhelds and all of the above. Nintendo had a lot. I didn't realize. Like I knew these all existed, but then when you start digging into it, you're like, oh my God, they really did. And how many of these did I own? Like a lot.
Yeah. This is like ranking Nintendo systems is almost the impossible task because there's like so many different ways that you could come at this. And I don't know your ranking list, right? You don't know mine. So I feel like
and there's also nostalgia too. Like some nostalgias hit S tier, right?
Right.
And then some don't. So
exactly.
What is that thing you just showed?
So sorry, Mike. This is the Outta Gaming mug that I'm enjoying some water from.
Oh, amazing.
Well, because we had some feedback early on that some listeners don't like seeing me drink out of a thermos. So we've gone ahead and appeased the angry masses by creating the Outta Gaming mug, which you too can own for a cheap price on the website. Go check it out. Ding!
At outofsyncgaming.co.uk.
Oh my gosh. So we are listeners. Thanks for tuning in to this episode. Mike and I are going to have a drop down, weave pulling, punching argument about ranking all of the Nintendo systems, both the console home systems and the handhelds and the Switch. Is it a console and is it a handheld? We're not getting into that this time, but we are going to go through all of them, ranking them from S tier to D tier. I'm looking forward to this.
And I thought about like maybe we should just do all the consoles ever. And then I realized, oh wait, Nintendo alone has way too many to even, start. And then I'm like, okay, we can't just throw PlayStation and Sega and all that. And like, never mind, we're not doing that.
I mean, we could do like because obviously like there's way too many systems because it's that book that I was showing you in the last episode about all the console systems. There's like over like 250 systems. So it might be just as long as the Pokemon tier ranking that we did, which was.
And plus I'm not even familiar with, I'm familiar with all of these Nintendo ones, but I'm not familiar with a lot of the other ones that came out. Like I never owned a Game Gear. I never owned now I own a PSP, but I didn't back then. So I just all these weird things I wouldn't know much about. I'll just be like, yeah, sure, A. Yeah, sure, B.
Yeah. And I mean, look, we could like one time. It could be fun to do it from like a generational perspective, like first gen ranking. What was it? The Nintendo, this Mega Drive.
When you said generational perspective, I thought you were talking about like because you're older than me, but never mind.
You shady whore. Yes, this old fart can remember all the way back to having an Atari, so we could even go that far back.
Sorry, I grew up. Well, I did have an NES, so anyway.
Lots of, oh my God, I could rank stuff all the time. I love doing this shit. It's so stupid, but it's so fun. It's such a fun, stupid thing to do.
It is fun.
All right, so
it's fun getting people upset about your ranking, how you view it. That's my favorite part because I'm kind of like, this doesn't matter.
Well, it matters. It
It matters
totally
to
matters,
me.
but it means nothing at
It
all,
means
right? Like
nothing.
it's
It matters, but it means
exactly.
nothing.
Yeah.
If I had to rank company wise, wide without them being all greedy and stuff, Nintendo for me would be S tier. But based on greed, they'd be D tier at this
Oh,
point.
yeah, yeah, lots of different ways to cut it, and I think we haven't put too many parameters to, like, how we're gonna, like,
Yeah.
what's, like,
Well,
how we're looking at this ranking?
we did say the main parameter is based on original hardware, no
Mhm.
modding involved. We
Yep,
will talk
that's right.
about it though, talk about modding,
Mhm.
but
Yep.
no modding, just based on the hardware, how it works out of the box.
Yeah, exactly. And we also are gonna do the different variants of the system, so, like, the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Pocket, all that kinda good stuff,
Yeah,
just to throw
let's get
some more in the
into it.
mix. Yeah, absolutely. So, tune in, listeners, and if you have thoughts and opinions, please do write in. Let us know what you think about these rankings. Do we get it right? Do we get it wrong? And again, it matters, but it doesn't mean shit. So, let me just pull up this ranking list. I'm on double duty. I'm on hosting and sharing a screen, which I feel real smart being able to do.
Sorry, I didn't want to do it today.
It's great. I
I'm
love
on
it.
doggy duty.
A doggy. Oh, we need puppy update.
He's sleeping. He's sleeping at my feet right now, so hopefully he stays that way.
Well,
New
Monty, if
puppy.
you want to show up, you're always allowed to come in. We love you,
Yeah.
Monty. We love you. Okay. So we've got the tier ranking system. By the way, this Tiermaker website, this is like,
It's
this
so
is,
good.
it's so good. This,
We
whoever
should
came up
rank
with
the
this,
we should rank all the tier making websites as well
I
using
feel like
Tiermaker.
that's like the internet folding in on itself and like imploding
Right.
if we start doing that, right? Yeah, whoever shout out to the Tiermaker people for doing this. This is perfect. Okay, so we're gonna do this S tier to D tier. Obviously, S tier is the best, D tier is the worst. We've got all our systems lined up down here. We might not go in this order. We're just gonna start talking and see where we go. But I think we should start with the Nintendo
The
Entertainment System.
OE. OG, I mean,
Um,
what am I talking about?
yeah. Ooh. So if I had to rank the original Nintendo Entertainment System, I have put that one. Um, controversially, because I'm going to put it as a C tier. Yeah, I'm already out the gate with a bit of controversy, and here's
I
why.
wasn't gonna give it S tier, but I wasn't gonna give it C tier.
No, I think it is C tier because I think there's like look, you go back and you play the games today, they're really obtuse, you know, they were designed they're really like short and they were designed to be so hard so that like you couldn't get through it in one go. And you know, it was yes, it started all these like amazing franchises that we have in the Nintendo world and like the Nintendo sphere, but you know, it was a system trying to find its feet, right? And it was fine and it was great and it grabbed my attention. But if you look at it with all of these systems and you know and where we are now, I just feel like it was a bit C tier because you go back and play some of those games now and they're not great.
Hmm. I guess. But Mario, like Super Mario 3, hello.
Yeah, that is a pretty fantastic game.
Punch Out,
Hmm.
Castlevania, Mega Man.
Yeah, yeah, but then okay, so you think it should be what?
I would put it in A here, but I don't
You would
know.
put it as an A tier?
Yes, because it
Give me,
starts the
tell me
whole
why.
because it begins my love for Nintendo.
Yeah.
The iconic controller just it just looks
Hmm.
it's just a really cool system. I don't know. That's all I have to say. It just and also it's like my first system ever. So
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I mean, it hands down saved the video game industry after the crash, in after the Atari, you know, like
mm.
wasn't doing well, and we all know what happened there. But like,
Oh yeah, and
um,
Zelda, duh.
yeah, I mean, it's
Although
got
that
yeah, it's
Zelda
got.
game is really hard.
See, that's why my point is. That's why I think. Okay, I would. Let's meet halfway. Why
Fine.
don't we average it
We
and
could
put it
do
in a B
B.
tier?
We could do
B.
B.
Okay. Okay, there's the Nintendo. I already know there's going to be people out there that are going to be mad about that.
Mm.
Whatever.
So Soupy
Uh,
Nintendo,
s-
Super,
you go first, Mike. Because
SNES. What can I
yes,
say? This is peak 2D experience,
yeah,
image quality. It's timeless. The games are amazing. I just think it's an S tier for me for
100%. I
SNES.
you have yeah, everything you've said, it is
Amazing games. Just it was just a good 2D experience. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the end of 2D basically. This is like the start and this is like where the 2D peaked basically.
yeah. Yeah, that's a really good way to put it because I think
Because
it
after this is everything 3D.
it starts to
So
go 3D, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I think the Super Nintendo is totally S tier. It basically established like the tone for gaming for quite a long time and a lot of like tropes in gaming that took a long time even found themselves into the like the third the 64 the Nintendo 64 in terms of how games work and the structure of them but just making them 3D. And you can all of these games hold up. Like you can go back and give a kid today a Super Nintendo game. Yeah, they might think it's a little bit rudimentary or whatever, but at least like they'll think, oh, this is they will recognize SpriteWorks because this is the
yeah,
like you said, this is the one that set the standard for SpriteWorks. And yeah, it's just
love it.
phenomenal. I love the Super
No
Nintendo so
arguments
much.
there.
No argies. Virtual Boy.
I'm gonna give it D tier
D. Yeah.
personally because that back be
Yeah.
aching. Like, I think that's why a lot of kids that whoever owned a Virtual Boy, you owned a
Yeah.
Virtual Boy, right?
I did.
That
Yeah.
explains so
Yeah.
much. That's why you like walk like a little hunched over.
I'm so old and my back is broken.
Just kidding. But no, you
And I
owned it.
have to
I've
wear
never owned
glasses
it, but
nowadays.
I've never owned it, so I can't really say anything about why it's D tier other than everything I know about it. But
Yeah.
you tell me why you want it in D tier.
Oh, I mean, because look, so it was trying something really cool, right? So famously, the history behind the Virtual Boy is there was this, and I'm doing real broad brushstrokes, so I'll probably get some of this wrong. But there was a company who was like who had come up with the 3D mirror technology, and they were trying to sell it to like different gaming companies. Nintendo and eventually end up buying the patent or the technology, or maybe just buying the company because they had kept delaying the Nintendo 64. So the Nintendo 64 was supposed to come out in like I think in like early 95. But they
When
just kept
did it come
delaying it
out?
and it came out in 96.
Okay.
And so they famously were like, we need to get a product out because they were like, they needed to hit their financial targets and stuff. So they really rushed the Virtual Boy with they had this new technology and they thought, okay, let's just do something to try and do something interesting or
And
whatever.
it has a small library of games, right?
Yeah.
Tiny.
Oh, it came out and it only I think in total worldwide, I think it sold less than 750,000 systems or
Ooh.
whatever. And so it just tripped right out of the gate. It got no interest. And I mean, I love the idea of them doing something cool because like this was back in the day when you could try to do cool stuff with systems. Now everything's kind of the same, right? But
Mhm.
like, but they got it wrong. They made it that red and black color, so it really hurt your eyes.
Yeah.
There was only like one or two really cool games, and people will be able to play it when they launch it on the Switch
And
too.
you're excited about it, right?
I am excited, yeah, because it's a piece of kitsch like
It's a
experience, like
history.
yeah, exactly. But
So for me, Virtual Boy is more of a conversation piece
yes,
than a console,
you
right?
are. That's it,
And then
exactly.
also it's great for collectors, not for necks or
Mm-mm.
backs.
No, no. I almost wanted to finish that song. I
My
love that
neck,
song.
my
My
back,
back.
it don't work with this Virtual Boy crap. Um,
Yeah, D, totally. Okay. You happy to keep going in this order? Or do you want
yes,
to
that's
shake it up a little
fine. That's
bit?
fine. Yeah, I think that's my
Okay.
only D tier I have on the list. By the
Ooh, that
way,
is not my only D tier.
ooh, girl,
Yeah, I've been harsh. This is a
what are
harsh
we on
one.
now?
We are
N64.
on the N64.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I think that the N64 has a lot of like people look back on it through rose-colored glasses and they give it a
Hmm.
lot of like nostalgia love, but I think it was just I don't think it stuck the landing overall. And I remember like if you were just judging the Nintendo 64 on like 3 games, then it would be S tier on Super Mario
Mario
64,
64, Ocarina,
Zelda, exactly, and Super Mario Kart or
or even
Mario Kart or
GoldenEye,
whatever.
right?
Yeah, there you go. Like the
And
4 or
Mario
5
Kart.
games that were completely like really, really good on the Nintendo 64. But everything else actually is not that great. And even when I revisit some of them, like on the Nintendo 64 online or Switch online with the Nintendo 64 controller, I'm just like, do you know what? It was it just didn't they didn't have that as much magic, right? With most of the games. The Nintendo games that were on it were fine, but as a system overall, I personally think it sits in the C tier.
Ooh, okay. I gave it B tier.
Okay.
Reason being,
Convince me to make it B. Go
well,
on.
I mean, first truly mainstream 3D world for Nintendo.
Mhm. Mhm.
4 ports for your controllers,
Oh yeah, that's a good
which
point.
is really
Yeah.
like 4
Yeah.
people can play. Wasn't Smash 64 on there too? They had a Smash?
Smash Brothers came out on
Yeah.
that first. Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
like 4 people play. I think, come on, that's so much fun. Um,
Okay. Yeah, the
um,
the co-op playing, they really that was a really
I
cool
think that's all
part.
I have. The image quality wasn't the best. It was very low
No.
res. Uh, the 3D was more like it was fun, but when like looking at it, it's kind of like the only games that look good, of course, were like Ocarina of Time, Mario
Yeah.
64, but everything else was like kind of poorly done.
Yeah.
Um,
All the fog. It was the fog machine, because remember
it
you
was
would like
foggy.
the draw distance was so short. It
The
was
fog
just all
image,
fog.
yeah.
Yeah. Um,
And didn't like the
okay.
sticks wear down as well on the controller?
Yeah. Yeah, they really did. And did you they when they released Mario Party for it, there was a mini game that you like had to rotate the joystick in the middle really, really quickly. And it turned out that people this you can look up on the internet and look this up. People were getting blisters on the palm of their
Oh,
hands
I remember
that
doing that.
yeah, and then Nintendo decided to ship they had to release a glove to keep people from getting blisters from trying to play it like that way or something like that. It's so fucking stupid, so weird.
I love that. That's such a Japanese thing to do as well, like a glove for your gaming or
Uh-huh.
like something like an extra accessory that's not really necessary, but
Yeah. Okay, based on the 4-player part and, like, the co-op things and all that, I think that does make it that will pull it up into B tier. I think you're right.
thank
I think
you.
we can do that. Um,
I sacrificed NES. You sacrifice 64.
no, but I think I would agree with you. I think that was a good point that I hadn't really remembered or thought about. I was just being really, like, critical of my experience, kind of thinking about when I had one and then also thinking about what I've been playing, on Nintendo Switch Online and all that stuff, and I just think, yeah. Yeah, it just didn't you know what? It broke my heart as well because I was always, like, in the console wars, I was always like, "Fuck Sega," "Nintendo's the best, they're always there." And then when the PlayStation started, eating the 64's lunch because of that
Hmm.
whole debacle between Nintendo and Sony splitting up, on Nintendo's fault completely, but it was just like a sad time. I was like, "Oh, this is like Nintendo's not, can't Nintendo's not all powerful, right? They're gonna mess
Hmm.
up," and it was one of those kind of things. Anyways,
And the next one, I
woe
don't
as
think they
us.
messed up on. I just don't think I don't know why they couldn't sell it. Well, there was reasons, and I
GameCube?
can't remember.
Well,
But
there was a couple
GameCube's
of things.
amazing.
It is amazing. It really is amazing. But on the point of like the selling of it, I think there was a few things that were going on in the world at the time. So the PlayStation 2 was its competitor, and the PlayStation 2 included a DVD drive. So that like immediately
Oh,
made it of
also
like a
because the little discs were they
yeah,
couldn't you couldn't have a DVD drive. But
exactly.
also the
And
GameCube graphics are actually better than the PlayStation 2's
it
graphics.
is stronger, yeah, it's got more power under the hood for it, which was so amazing, but they just that it was the storage medium that they just couldn't get, people get past. I also think the design of this system didn't do it any favors because if you imagine, like, gamers mine and somewhat your age were starting to, like, get into their, like, late teens and starting to get to their early 20s, and it just looked like a kid's system,
Like a
right? So
Lego.
yeah, it really did. I mean, I like the design of it personally, but, like,
Hmm.
if you're,
But
an
the best
idiot
controller.
16, 17 oh, everybody yeah.
I love it.
Do you love it? I
I
don't
love it. Shut
it's
up.
a really good it's really intuitive. No, 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 it's really intuitive. Yeah, ooh, that's another ranking, best controllers.
Mm.
Um, okay, so, yeah, I just think it had, it it had all the games, which were really amazing. I think it just came out and then the original Xbox came out as well, so there was just this three-way competition. So and people were a little bit burned after the 64 because all of the RPGs were going to PlayStation. PlayStation and PlayStation 2 were just so dominant.
They were.
And they still are today. So where do you put the GameCube?
For because I love it so much and it's one of my favorite things in the world, I wanted to put it in S tier, but for me but that's just because, like, my mind, but I'm a nostalgia, but honestly, I think GameCube's A tier.
Me too. That's where I put
Good.
it. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I think for all the
Yeah.
things we said, there's so many good games.
It was super
And
snappy loading. And honestly,
oh
people
yeah.
hate those discs, but I think they're so cute and little. I thought they're so convenient. I don't know, there's something about the discs I love,
Mhm.
even though they're mini.
Yeah.
What else did I do? Oh, the Wavebird, the Wavebird controllers for it,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
wireless, that was sick, and I have them still.
Mhm.
I have them with me here currently, and I love
Yeah.
them.
Oh, totally. And I think one of the Nintendo also got a little weird with the games in this generation. I think they were really creative. Like this is the one when Chibi
Eternal
Robo came out on
Darkness?
Eternal Darkness, like we talked about on the spooky episode. Yeah, Animal Crossing.
Animal
Yeah, Animal
Crossing?
Crossing. So
I
yeah,
forgot what it was called, though.
this is like the first time of kind of modern Nintendo as we know it today. Like the GameCube really kind
And
of laid the foundation for it.
it had, like, this thing you can put underneath it, the Game Boy player or whatever, and
Uh-huh.
you can
Yeah.
play Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance on your
Yep.
TV, which is amazing
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
time. I mean,
Totally.
so cool.
And you could do that on the Super Nintendo when they released the, Game Boy player for the Super Nintendo
Oh,
attachment where
they
you would
did?
put the game yeah. So you'd put your Game Boy games it was like a huge giant Super Nintendo cartridge, you'd stick it in, and it was basically a Game Boy inside of a cartridge. They just took the guts
Oh,
of it without a
cool.
screen. Then you'd stick your game in that, and then you could play them on the Super Nintendo. Really
Amazing.
cool. Yeah, love it. Okay, onto the Wii.
I
Um,
love the Wii.
did you love it?
Love it, but,
Yeah.
if this was about modding, the Wii would be S
Okay.
tier for modding, by the way,
Right.
because
Yeah.
you can do anything and everything. I'll play any it's just so easy to mod, and you can have GameCube, you can do this and that. So, the
Mhm.
first generation Wii, I think, is superior to because there's multiple generations of Wii. They took out the GameCube backwards compatibility later
Yeah.
on. So,
Yeah, that's right.
first generation Wii, GameCube
Totally.
backwards compatibility, that was amazing because I
Mhm.
don't have because GameCubes are kinda hard to come by, and there's no point in having one if you have a Wii.
Right. Unless you're
Plus
just a collector, right?
a collector, but
Yeah.
also the GameCubes that the problem with the GameCube is that their disc reading, thing,
Oh.
failed, the laser or whatever it is that reads the DVDs would fail a lot, and
Oh,
so, like,
wow.
when you try to get one nowadays, it could be like, that's the main problem with a lot of, GameCubes, like, the reader fails. So, with
Right.
the Wii, they really fixed that, like, I mean, I've seen people drop Wiis from the top of a building and then still be able to play it. So, the Wii is amazing. However, I gave it B tier,
Okay.
just because everything was fun, like, game-wise. It's just
Mhm.
for very creative, but not everything really worked that well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I don't know what to say. I do love the Wii. It's
It
nostalgia. It's a very comfy it's a very, party game. Party for people to come
yes.
over and play with you. It's fun.
Yeah. It definitely lives up to the promise of that, like, let's all play together, just pick up this controller, and it's a really interesting way to, interact with the gaming worlds that Nintendo is creating. I remember the reveal of the Wii and just being like, "What is this?" Because if the
Mhm.
first thing they showed off, I think, was the controller, and everybody was like, "Why are you showing this weird controller? And why does it look like a TV remote?"
Mhm.
But they hadn't shown, like, that it would be, like, doing motion control. So they had a really great, like, marketing build up to kind of pique your interest and get involved. And it totally worked. I mean, that was like that system, I think it was 2007, maybe 2008 when it came out, but like you could not get it for love or money and everybody was dying to get it. And it's still to this day, I think there are probably, some homes that don't play any games, play video games, but they still have a Wii and they will pick it up and play bowling or Wii Sports or whatever it is because that's just that disc never left that system for them.
That's
Um,
true.
but I would say overall, like it suddenly became this like um shovelware system, right? So
Okay.
there wasn't a lot
Yeah,
of
there
good
was a lot of
quality
crap
games.
games, a lot
Yeah.
of crap games. That's another reason why I gave it in the B tier. A lot
Yeah.
of crap games, although, like, S tier games were on it, like Galaxy 1 and 2,
100%.
Skyward Sword Roots, the Wii Sports is amazing.
Totally. Yeah.
Trauma Center,
Yeah.
I love Trauma Center, I forgot about that one.
There was I think, towards the unfortunately towards the end, not the end, but maybe, but towards the end is when they released the the HD attachment for the Wii remote so that the motion control was a lot more accurate.
Oh,
Like, so when Skyward Sword came out, they released a second version of the Wiimote that was like motion sensor plus or something like that. I don't remember what they called it. But then they also released an adapter that would stick into the bottom of the Wiimote so that it like could like pinpoint better.
oh, I
And
didn't know
that
that.
really made it like that much more interesting and
Oh, that's
cooler and
good.
accurate.
I just remember
Um
my sensor bar, like, I lost it at one point or
oh
broke it or
no.
something, and then you just put 2 candles. You light 2 candles, 2
Yes.
flames, and it would work.
Yeah. I think and Nintendo had to do something like this because if they didn't, they couldn't compete with Sony and Microsoft in the way that they were going.
Yeah.
And the Wii was just such a magical pivot to go to somewhere else, and it brought them back on the map. It made them so much money. I wouldn't give it B. I
Give it
personally
A.
was no, 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 no. I was gonna go lower.
C.
Yeah, I was gonna go C, but actually based on what we talked about and this being the console that like put Nintendo back into the rooms of a lot of
Mhm.
people, then I'll allow B. I'll go
You
with B.
allow B.
I'll allow B.
The reason I put B too, well, reason why I didn't put it A, uh, I will not. I was gonna say also, like, every other console had a DVD player, and this one does not.
Yeah,
Again, they
exactly.
refused.
They refuse.
Like, what is
But
going on?
it did become like one of the places where Netflix could stream Netflix to, and it started to go digital pretty early on,
Okay.
which is
Yeah, I think
weird.
yeah,
Like,
you're right.
I think there was like a weird workaround solution where you had to like get a disc and load it in there and then load it onto like the system somehow. It was really weird. But some
I
people like
vaguely
that's
remember that
yeah,
actually.
yeah. It's the little system that could and the little system that is in so many households still. And I mean, it was just yeah, a monumental moment in gaming where everybody was doing it,
Yes,
talking
I
about it.
agree.
So, okay,
You
over to
owned a
Wii
Wii
U.
U,
I
I did
did.
not. You
Um,
love it.
I
Um,
do. I do.
you're
I
gonna have
do love it.
rose-colored lenses on this one.
No, no, no. Actually, no, I'm not. I was gonna put this in D tier if I'm
Oh,
honest.
wow.
Yeah, but I might change that to C.
I put it in C tier. Why are we
Yeah.
gonna do D tier?
Because it
You own it, so that means, like,
yeah, no,
you
I
have more
had a
power in
lot of
this.
fun playing the Wii U, and all the games that came out on it were for the most part really good. Like if
It's
you
a
look at
small
the
library though,
Switches,
right?
it is a small library, but most of those games got ported over the Switch and
I
like
was about to say that.
found their life to, found a life. All the game like all the Nintendo games were pretty much really, really good quality games. And it's just a shame that more people didn't play them on the Wii U, but they pretty much got to play them on the Switch. So yeah, I think I put it on D because I think it, it the I just don't think it worked as well as, what they were trying to do. I think they just misread the room of where gaming was going, and I think it was gimmicky for gimmick's sake, where that's not good game design or system design, Like, at the end of the day, the tablet, you had to most of the time play with the tablet,
Was that the
and
only controller?
no, you could no, they had, like, a pro controller, and you could use your Wii remotes and stuff, so it was Wii compatible and all of those things, but there were a lot of games where you had to have the tablet at the start of it, and all it did was become like a map, right? It didn't do a lot of
Mm.
interesting things, like so it wasn't as creatively inspiring for gaming as, I think Nintendo had hoped it to be, and then by the end of its life, the tablet was just this brick of a controller sitting there that kind of was the albatross around its neck.
When did the
So
Wii U come out?
it came out around 2012, I think.
So the DS was already out.
Yeah.
No. Yes?
Oh, yeah, the
The original DS came
yeah,
out.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
the original even
We
the
talked about this
3DS
before.
was out before then.
So yeah, so this
Yeah.
dual kind of screen concept where they're just bringing it to console
Yes.
in a way.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. So they were definitely trying to replicate that. I mean, but there was like, I think one of the design thinking behind it was that, not everybody has, loads of TVs in their house. So this was a way where you could hook the Wii U up to the TV, and then if, I wanted to play games while Richard wanted to watch TV, I could just play everything directly on my tablet, which was really cool. But unfortunately, like, you couldn't pretty much leave the room because like the connection to the system was so delicate that it would like stop, if you went even outside of the room, basically. So the
Huh.
whole promise of being able to take that tablet and then just play in your bedroom or whatever, it just didn't really pan out. So yeah, I was gonna give it a D, but I think, it's a little bit better than the Virtual Boy.
Okay.
So I'll give it a C.
You
But
have full power to put that wherever you like.
thank you. But I also loved it. So don't
I
get me
do
wrong.
think it's going to become I know it's not expensive now, but I do think it'll become a collector's item in the future
Yeah.
because the exclusive games that are solely for the Wii U is such a
Mhm.
small library that like
So tiny.
people, these are things people like,
Yes.
and so yeah, I think the Wii U will become collectible eventually.
It will. It will. I think so too. I think there's going to be a little bit of like, what's with that tablet? What's going on? It's so
Mhm.
weird. It's
You
so
know, you can
old.
get the original Wii in the UK for like I think it was like 25 pounds.
Wow.
It's like nothing, but in the US, it's over $100.
The
Easy.
original Wii?
The original Wii.
Wow.
Yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, "Why are they so cheap here in the UK?" And there was some explanation, and I forgot why, but it was so, like, overly produced or something, and in the
Right.
US, it was overly produced, but people just want it more in the US, I don't know why.
Yeah. I think there's probably more of a kind of market in the US
A
for like
Smarket?
a smarket, a
Smarket?
smart market. I think there's more of a market in the US for like retro
Nostalgia things?
gaming and nostalgia things, right? And there's just a lot. Yeah, they just they just charge more and stuff. I don't
Mhm.
think it's as prolific over here in the UK.
It isn't. Yeah.
Cool. All right, we are at
Now we're
the
into Switch.
Switch, the original Switch. Let's do this. Yeah.
The OG, the first one that came out in
Yeah.
what was it, 2019? No, 2016?
2017.
17?
Yeah, 2017. Whew.
March of 2017 because that I remember it was around my birthday.
And that's when Zelda came out. So,
I mean, this is S tier instantly.
yeah, you want to put an S?
I mean, it started it all. And I
Yeah.
still have my very first one I bought back when it first came out, launch day, and it works great.
The, but I would argue, and this is where
Still.
yeah, no, I would argue it's A because I think the OLED makes the Switch S tier because the screen's perfect, the battery's longer. It's just the way it
Okay,
needs to
fine.
look. Like
I
if
put
I'm
all
gonna
the Switches, by the way, in S tier.
oh, did you?
Okay, no, you can
Even
put it in A tier. I do need to make a sacrifice there.
yeah, and then even the
Oh,
Switch
sorry, I
Lite,
didn't put the Switch Lite
where did
in
you
S
put that?
tier. I put it in B tier
Yeah,
because it's just not
totally.
you can ugh, it's
What's
just
the point?
annoying. It's like
You
smaller and great, but also like the Switch regular Switch isn't that much bigger. Like
no.
no, don't need
I
that.
mean, I get why they did it because that's really good for like the kids to have, and the only benefit
Hey
of it is
children.
it's got the
Just
directional.
kidding. I love all kiddos.
One of the big plus points is that you can get the directional pad, if you're gonna play with the D-pad or whatever. But
Hmm.
yeah,
You couldn't connect
it's
it to a
just
TV though,
no,
right?
no.
It's
What's
like
the point?
what's
It's
the
like a Switch that
point?
doesn't switch. It's like so stupid,
Yeah, why?
so
Yeah,
stupid.
it's a
But
swatch.
yeah. Look, if the OLED had never been released, I would definitely say the original Switch is S tier. But I think
Okay.
given that we're comparing them
OLED
all,
is
I think
beautiful.
it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm so angry that the Switch 2 doesn't have an OLED
But for
screen
some
on
reason, its
release.
screen looks nice.
I know,
I
but
can't
it's still
I can't see the blacks. Maybe it's only the blacks aren't
yeah,
blacker. That's the only thing with the new Switch 2. But the thing is the screen looks just as I don't know. I have
yeah.
bad eyes apparently because I can't see anything. Like they're like, look at the 60 frame versus 120. I'm like, I don't see anything different. Like, I don't.
Switch 2, where are you putting that one?
If they had
S
more
tier?
games, it'd be S tier, but
Ooh,
right now it's
you think
A
it's
for
A tier?
me. It's making me mad. I want some freaking exclusive games.
Okay, I was gonna put it S tier, but I think you're right. I think,
I think it's
it's
an
still
amazing thing. I
yeah.
think it's great, but right now, like I said in the previous episode, it is sitting as a paperweight because I beat everything they
Mhm.
came out with for it, and I'm really bored. I'm really would like. I mean, yes, I have backlog I can play, but
Yeah.
I want something new.
I just wanna reflect yeah, I do too, and I think you're right. I think
You do do?
I do. Um, yeah, I think Switch 2 definitely has it has potential to be S tier. I wanna see those games that are on it, like you said, but right now it's a great system, but it's collecting dust. And I think the only reason it sits in A tier, if I'm honest, is because it can play all the Switch games. If it
That's
couldn't,
true.
I'd be like, I don't know right now. It's maybe more B tier.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
but I
I'm
just
okay with S.
oh, no, let's keep it A. I think
I,
it needs
A
hey,
is
it
just
needs
because
to
I'm
earn it.
bitter right now.
It needs to earn it. It hasn't earned its S tier status yet.
True. It's too
You can't
soon.
it's
Too
too
soon.
soon. You gotta get your stripes. You're riding off the success wave of the Switch 2, and you need to step it up. You need to become your own system.
I agree.
Can we just though, like, just take a moment, like, when the Switch was announced, I mean,
The
that
Switch 2 or the
trailer no,
Switch?
the Switch, the
Oh,
regular Switch, I'm
yeah.
going back to that one. That trailer and seeing, like, for the first time, like, somebody be playing in their hands, and then they put it on their TV, like, Zelda
And then
like,
you hear
no
that little
yeah,
clap.
yeah, exactly, the click of them in.
Mhm.
Um, it's just like, I remember seeing that because, like, everybody was like, "Nintendo needs to get out of the hardware race. Nintendo's screwed because of the Wii U." Everybody was just saying, "Become a third-party player,"
Or
and then
stick to your handhelds.
yeah, stick to the handhelds, and they went, "Watch this, motherfucker, we about to kill it."
And they
And they
did.
literally showed up to the party, and now people are trying to emulate. It's just it's such a good example of how Nintendo can show up when they're back in a corner and they have no choice but to get, like, really, really, really back to the core of, like, what a cool system is and
Yeah.
good game design and all of that. And just the number of good games on a Switch, like, if you are
There
somebody
is
who's
a lot of crap
oh,
stuff too,
oh
but
yeah, there is a lot of crap. But, like, all the big hitters, are so, so good. Like, there's
yeah.
just so many good games in there. I mean, oh, so many good games. I can't
There's no denying that.
no, not at all. I think things that, the limitations of it, like, of the eShop is horrible on the original Switch. Like, it just
Mhm.
takes forever to load and all that stuff. Um, and I'm a little disappointed that we I personally think that the Switch 2 was gonna be the Switch Pro, but then the Switch was
Makes
doing so well, they
sense.
thought, like, "Let's just hold off a little bit, and then we'll just call it Switch 2," because of for whatever reason, I'm wearing, like, a tinfoil hat here. But I'm a little disappointed that we just didn't get that, like, one more cool revision with something like we did, like, we're gonna explore the handhelds here in a minute, like, all the different stuff from, like, the handhelds that, like, they used to be
Yeah.
creative with, but fucking great system, man.
Something I don't know what they could have done though. I don't know, give us a stylus?
Maybe, I don't know, yeah, that could be quite interesting, right? Because then that would allow us to play DS games on it and it like, if in some way.
Yeah, like maybe you
Um,
can play it this way as well,
yeah, yeah,
like
exactly.
portrait way, and then you can actually do DS games.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways, yeah, such a good system, it's gonna go down in history as one of the greatest.
I agree.
Alright. That and is the Switch a, handheld or a console, like?
It is a consheld.
Consheld? Okay.
Consheld. An handled. A handle.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
know. I don't know.
It's a gaming tablet. Ugh. Wait, I also just wanna
Don't
say,
like
like,
that one, by
the
the
out
way.
of the gate, they got the removable controllers right the first time. I know the first ones weren't perfect and, like, they drifted and stuff with the thingy, but the whole fact that it could, like the form factor was just perfect. So good. It's so good. Okay,
Anyway, let's get into
uh,
these handhelds.
let's get into these handhelds. This is the OG Game Boy, Mike.
OG,
You had
DMG,
one,
Game
I had
Boy.
one.
Everybody
Where does
had
it sit for
one.
you? Everybody freaking had one.
And I remember my little screen, like, the plastic part just started peeled off, and it was all, like, yellow crackly underneath, and the whole
Oh,
Game Boy turned
really?
yellow, and
Oh, I didn't real
we got
I'm,
rid
like,
of
really
it.
sad about that.
I know. But,
That's horrible.
it's legendary status, of course,
100%. Yep.
because it's the OG, was amazing, and it was indestructible. I though put it in where did I put it? I put it in B tier.
B?
Mainly
Yeah, me too.
because
Me too.
okay,
I'm
well,
doing it.
mainly because it wasn't pocketable as, like, the future ones.
Mhm.
It was just big, clunky. I mean, the games were, I mean, the screen was, it was revolutionary for what it was, but,
Yeah.
like, when you look back on it, it's like, this
Yeah.
screen color, nothing and then the Game Boy Color, like, came out and was like, "Oh my god, everything just looks so much better." It
Yeah.
just yeah. So,
I
that's why I put it in
I
B.
I think you're right. I think the like, you go back and play some of these games now, and some of them are just like, little dinky little games. I mean, yes, of course, I mean, the technology, but when they released this was already really old. Like, they did know how to squeeze a lot of juice out of that old technology lemon. But I will never forget if I was doing this just on nostalgia alone, the Game Boy would go into S tier for me, but we
Hmm,
can't do that because I think you just I'll never forget just the joy of being able to sit in the back of the car, be able to
yeah.
take it. It just felt like my system, right? Like my
I just remember
Nintendo.
Pokemon, and I was like, "Yes." Like, this
I
was
mean,
for me, it was Pokemon.
yeah, but
Like,
I
it's such a
like
great game.
it's an amazing game. But like my Nintendo, I shared. It was mostly mine, but like my brother and my sister could play it anytime they wanted.
I'd
But like
always share.
the Game Boy was like mine, right? Because by the time the Game Boy came out, my brother and sister were a little bit older than me and they weren't as like into
Mm,
gaming and stuff. So like it felt like, this was my own little world and it felt like my kind of like, I could play whatever I wanted on it and, it really was so magical being able to take those cartridges out and in it the fact that they were able to do that, I thought it was space age technology from Aliens. It was so cool. Um
but I did put in B tier for that
yeah,
reason. I didn't have a
I
Game
agree.
Boy Pocket. Is that
I
what that one is? The
did,
next one
yeah.
is?
I think I would stick that in B tier as well,
Is it
because
the
like,
same as the Game Boy, basically
y
just
y
smaller?
yeah, no, it's well,
There's no
they've
color,
just
right?
no, there's no color on
Okay.
it. They've just put a better screen on it,
Mm,
but it doesn't have, like, any of the upgrades that we're gonna talk about with the Game Boy Color, so it's just a
mhm.
little bit more of, like, a more, it's like the best realization of the original Game Boy, if you will.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I think it can stay there because it didn't really do anything different except just the screen.
So
Um,
here's where I'm tied on Game Boy
okay.
Color. I love my Game Boy
D-May.
Color.
D-May.
It's blue, it's beautiful. It's what I played Pikachu, Pokemon Yellow on.
Mhm.
Uh, and I'm conflicted because I wanted to put it in A tier, but
Mhm.
then I said maybe well, then I was like, "No, it's in the front of the B tier category because it's the better Game Boy, it's like all the upgrades."
Okay.
But there's still no light, and so I'm like, "Maybe I should keep it in B tier because there's no light."
Mhm.
I don't know,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do, I still don't know. It's in between A and B for me.
What does your heart tell you to do?
My heart tells me put it in A.
Then put it in A. I would say the Game Boy Color is an A tier system because y yes, there was no light, but the thing that it achieved is the by the time the Game Boy Color came out, the Game Boy was already, like, I think, like, 7 or 8 years old. Like, they
Mhm.
were really milking it, but then Nintendo didn't, like, it's not a completely brand new system, they just added a little bit more RAM and a little bit more color palette and stuff like that.
And I think it got
But
even cheaper too,
it
probably.
did, yeah, it did, and so, like, it like, it elevated the Game Boy
And then
experience
you can
to
buy
that much
exclusive
better.
Game Boy Color games, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, this is
Yeah.
so cool, like little colors in my hands."
Yeah, I think so. So for what this is the kind of final evolution of the Game Boy if we're gonna talk
Mhm.
Pokemon, right? Like, this is its mega evolution.
It was very
Yeah,
elevated
yeah,
experience, you're right.
totally. Totally, totally.
The reason why I wanted to put it in B, though, was because Game Boy Advance, the next one, I put in A as well.
Oh, I put it in A as well too.
Okay.
We could yeah, I think it
But it's better than the Game
they
Boy
can
Color
yeah, but I'm just thinking about it, not comparison to the Game Boy Color, I'm just thinking about it as a system and,
as a
like
system in general.
yeah, as
Gotcha.
a system
Okay,
in
now I don't feel
general.
bad anymore.
Yeah, well, you don't have to feel bad. This is remember, it's important, but it doesn't matter, Mike.
It matters. It matters. It means everything.
Oh, it does matter. It matters. It matters so much. Um, Go on. Tell us about your love for the GBA.
I love the GBA, but what makes me mad about the GBA though is that this still no backlight, and And I love this style GBA too. I love how it works
Yeah.
in your hands because the next one is kinda too tight for me, and it gives me, like,
Yes.
cramps in my hands,
Yeah.
but this one is, like, the perfect handheld.
Mhm.
Just give me a freaking backlight, which is why the modded version is S tier. But,
Yeah.
yeah, so the Game Boy Advance had basically the library fit was on check. It had
Mhm.
so many good games, so many good RPGs too. Um, wait, yeah, Fire
Yeah.
Emblem,
Oh,
had Metroid
everything.
Fusion, not RPG, but they had Minish Cap on there,
Mhm.
WarioWare,
Mhm. Golden Sun
Castlevania.
series. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
many good games for the Game Boy Advance, and then not just that, it was backwards compatible for the Game Boy as well. So
Yes,
boom,
exactly.
it was like so
Yeah.
cool.
I think yeah, I'd agree with you with all that. I think it's an A tier, and I remember, like, at the time, like, it was like, "Oh my gosh, it's basically a portable Super Nintendo," which was mind-blowing at the time because we
Yeah.
were all coming from, like, living the Game Boy life, and then to see this doing, like, Mode 7 graphics, like a F is an F-Zero game on it.
Mhm.
Basically, you could take, like, a Link to the Past on the go, which was like, "What? This is incredible." So, plus, it also had a lot of its own original games that were really, really, really good, like a lot of the ones that you just talked about. Um, I think the issues I have that it was a couple that you named already, the light, like, I'll never forget being able to, like, sitting in my room trying to, like, play this and being like, "Oh, I gotta get a lamp and, like, get it right over." Like, you couldn't see jack shit, for a lot of times. It was
It
horrible.
worked great in the sun,
Yeah, exactly. You wanna go outside and play
which
Game
is
Boy
why a
Advance?
lot of them nowadays, when you find them, 'em, they're just yellow because they have
Oh,
all
yeah,
the
they
sun
they got
discoloring.
they got sunburn.
Yeah.
Um, and I think the only other thing that I was so baffled by with this decision that Nintendo did was why only 2 face buttons, right? If it's gonna be the portable Super Nintendo, why didn't they have 6 buttons on there? It's just such a weird design choice
Interesting,
because you
yeah.
think, like, you could have played Street Fighter a lot easier or any of the other bazillion ports that they brought over. It just seemed a little bit weird to me. Even when I was holding the one that you got me for my birthday that I'm showing here again, like, the form factor just feels really good. I love this shape. I love
Mhm.
the horizontal shape of it, but I kept going being like, "Where's that other button? I just wanna, like, I wanna have it there." Um, great, great, great system all around. Really good.
I do like it, I love it. It's a
Okay.
good one. And now the next one is um, like a bigger sister,
Yeah.
basically. It's cool, like, you're not gonna scratch your screen on this one because it's
No.
clamshell, DSP.
Yeah.
And it has a backlight, and there's multiple
Mhm.
SPs too, because I think later they did like a kind of like a what do they call them? A silent launch, shadow launch or whatever, where the newer SPs had a better backlight
Oh,
than the
yes,
older
yes,
ones or
yes,
something, and it
yes.
wasn't
Yeah.
really it was quiet. It wasn't, like, advertised or anything.
No, it was just better
Um,
technology, I think.
I think it's still A tier for this
Yeah,
one too, just because I mean, yes, the backlight, but
I agree.
I love the clamshell. I don't like how my hands cramp.
Yeah, yeah, I think this looks so cool. Like, it was that, like, because I
Mhm.
think this came out around the time when flip phones were really
Oh,
popular as well
yeah.
too, so I think there is just that sense of, like, reading the room in terms of what technology was doing and, but I think you're right. The fact that you could, like, protect your screen there, it was such a big deal because how many Game Boy Advance,
Oh my god.
do you see now? They're all scratched up, you have to
So
replace the
bad.
screens, it's horrible. So, this was a good design choice, and having the rechargeable battery, I think was a really good thing too. But it's so tiny. I hate playing on it because your hands are so cramped up. So,
Mhm.
yeah, if there was any way to then do like what you've done for this one and like mod this screen with the backlight, it's a game changer. It just
Yeah.
feels like, oh, it's so good. It's so
So
good.
good.
Anyways, yeah. Game Boy Micro.
I never owned one, but
No, I didn't either.
there's a little I don't know, for cuteness B, but is it color?
It's color, yeah, it's color. It's got a backlight. I was gonna actually put it in C because it's almost so tiny.
You
Like
can't do
it takes the
anything.
thing to this. Yeah, it's gonna take everything from
How are you
the
gonna
SP.
read anything on
It's
Pokemon if you play
so
Pokemon on
tiny.
there?
It's
Like,
just like I'm putting it in C. Sorry, I'm not gonna. Are you gonna
I
fight me
want
on it?
one, but,
Yeah.
like, I don't wanna play on it. I just want
No.
it because I like to collect things.
That's exactly it. It's such a collector's piece. Like but it's also like you ain't gonna play anything on that. Like it's so strange that they did it. Well, I don't know what they were thinking.
Yeah.
Um Oh, one of the cool things I think was it this one? Maybe it was this one or something else, but I think that they released like different faceplates for the Game Boy Micro, so you
Okay.
could actually like change the thing. I think. Don't get me wrong. Tell me, listeners, if I've got that wrong, let me know. But if I got it right, give us a thumbs up. All right, let's get into the
Oh,
DS.
okay.
Oh,
This
did
is
you
my
get all
favorite.
you get all get
Ooh, it's my
excited?
favorite. This is my favorite
Ooh,
system of all time, I think.
okay, go for
Um,
it. What's up? All
uh,
time. It's your favorite system of all time. You think?
Outside of like new stuff, like handhelds,
Okay.
like Switch, yes, Switch is probably my favorite. But
Yeah.
like, oh, I love the DS. So DS Fat, which is that one right there,
Mm-hmm.
uh started it all. Like dual screens, like
Yep.
amazing concept, and you can like interact. And I remember just seeing people, like old people, like grandmas sitting on a bus or sitting on a train or something and
Yes.
playing with their DS. I'm just
Yep.
like, what is going on in this world? So I mean, DS Fat and DS Lite are 100% S tier. Both of them. They are like the DS Fat is S tier because it's revolutionary to me. Amazing concept. It's fat. It's chunky, which would probably bring it down just a little bit for me because the DS Lite fixed everything that was wrong with the DS regular
Yeah.
DS.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And yeah, I just don't know. They're both S tier. I can't decide.
Well, okay, let's think about this here for a minute. So it when this got announced, I remember everybody going, "What the hell is Nintendo thinking?" Right? Like, what is going on? What is this dual screen? This seems really super gimmicky. And I think there was a little trepidation about it, but once word of mouth got around, it blew up. Like everybody wanted a DS. Everybody needed to have one.
Mm-hmm. It was like the
And
Wii.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. It kind of, it was Nintendo still being in that path of trying new waters and like still like finding a way to take old technology because that touchscreen is shit. Like that is the like pressure sensitive one from like back in the like Palm Pilot late 1990s stuff that they were like
Mm-hmm.
probably buying all those old screens from Palm Pilot when they went out of business or whatever. Um, or got sold. I don't know anything about Palm Pilot. People don't listen to me. So I if it isn't so the DS, the Nintendo DS as a whole, like all of them is
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
definitely S tier, right? Like I get it,
Because
but
that's all we have left to rank on here.
yeah, that is all we have left to rank.
Okay, so Fat DS is A.
I
Then
think Fat DS is A. I think you're right. I think you're right.
I will say DS Lite fixed so many problems,
Yeah,
and it's a better, brighter screen. I say that's S for me. DS Lite.
this one here
The DS Lite. Mm-hmm.
versus the DSi.
The DSi. What did they do different with the DSi? I always
So
forget.
that one is the one that could go on the internet, and that was the first time you could buy
So can
like
the
little
DS
micro games.
Lite
Well, no, but it had no, you can on
because
the
I had a little
DS Lite, you can go on
browser.
the internet to play games and stuff. And
I had
like,
the browser attachment. I went to the GBA slot for the DS Lite,
yeah,
and that's another reason the GBA backwards compatibility, like amazing.
yeah.
Um,
Um, but then this one lost the DSi lost Game Boy Advance compatibility. They didn't have it anymore.
okay,
And it had an
that's why it
online,
goes
it
down.
had the very first online like Nintendo eShop basically for portables where you could
That's
go
right,
and buy like
but it
little
had a
mini
limited
games.
library, very
Yeah,
small.
exactly. So this one sits in an A as well.
I think it sits in B
Yeah.
for
Um, I,
DSi. That's the,
well, yeah, I
mainly
would
because not backwards compatible.
exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
the eShop was nothing. It was like
No.
there's like it was a great idea, but nothing. And then it
Mhm.
is a better screen. No, it's not as
No,
good as
I
it
think it's
can't
all the
be.
same.
It can't be at the same category. Yeah,
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Ooh, good. That was good. Okay, 3DS, the original 3DS.
Um, I have that written down here. I don't own it, but I had the new one, which I like better.
Okay.
Because I just know I like it better.
Mhm.
Let's see. So this is like the first glasses-free 3D technology,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So amazing. Like I thought
Yeah.
it was cool. Street Pass, that was a thing,
Oh, I mean, just for Street Pass, it should be S tier alone. That was
right?
so cool. I'm so mad that that's not around anymore. Oh, but you cannot be S tier just on Street Pass alone. Sorry.
Yeah, it had a strong first party games and stuff, but it was a
Mhm.
slow start, I think, with the 3DS, um,
Yeah.
because there wasn't that many 3D games at first. Um,
No.
from what
No,
I
and don't you
remember.
remember so it launched and they launched it at like 200 because
Oh, it
I
was
was already over here in the UK. It was
expenny.
really expenny and everybody was like,
Expenny.
"I'm not paying that much for it." I think it came out just over like $250, which is a lot for the Nintendo handheld. It was a big jump.
Mhm.
And then it had really slow sales at the start, so Nintendo had to drastically cut the price down to like
That's
$180. Like, it was a
right.
lot. And then those people who bought the original 3DS that's, on here, they then got to become Nintendo ambassadors. So for Nintendo to thank people who bought when it was the price of 200 and whatever it was, the launch price, they gave them like 6 or 7 games. One of them was like Yoshi's Island, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, and like a few other things that like were
Mhm.
only part of the ambassador program and games that never even ever came out on the 3DS. Um, so if you can find an ambassador 3DS that still has the original profile, you can get some of those games. I think that's
That's
like worth quite
cool.
a lot. But
I mean, you
yeah.
can get them down,
So
but you can get them now by ROMs, but
oh yeah,
downloading
true.
ROMs and
Yeah,
modding.
exactly.
If it came down to modding, all the
Right.
3DSs and
Yeah.
2DSs would be S tier just for modding alone,
Mm-hmm.
but no modding. I say the 3DS is A tier.
Okay.
Or I don't
I,
know.
I'm g- the
What did you choose? Where'd you put it?
I think that this one is
B?
B. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think
The new one.
do you know why? Because the 3D, the promise of the
So much
3D
better.
is so much better on the new one. Because I would like play it on the original one and it would like, chop and lose and stuff. I was like, this isn't really the kind of
It was
level
more
of,
gimmicky.
yeah,
Whereas the
exactly.
new one made it more like, oh, this is how it should have
Uh-huh.
been.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I would put this one as a B and
Okay.
then
I'm happy with
this
that.
one as an A. Yeah, the 3DS as an A. Um, 2DS. Now, what do you think about the 2DSs
I
here,
think that
Mike?
one looks like a doorstop. Uh,
It's like a wedge of fucking cheese.
I don't like that you can't tilt the screen. However,
Uh-uh.
people have said it's very comfortable to play with. It's very
Yeah.
nice to have, but it's no longer pocketable. And
Mm-mm.
it's interesting. It looks like a kid's toy, like a play school toy.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I
I think they sold a lot of them
They
though, because I
did.
think it came out and I think it was only like
And
$79
your
or
screen's just
89
gonna
or
get real
something.
jacked up because
Totally.
no clamshell to half protected half the time, what I'm trying to say.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Um, that's B tier for me.
You're gonna be B? You're being very kind. I was gonna put that in C.
Who were you?
Yeah. But,
No,
like,
let's
'cause
put it in C then.
are you sure?
Mm, I think it's awful.
Wait, I think it's totally awful. I think it's horrible. Like, so because my Richard's niece got one for Christmas one year, and I remember like going over, and so she loved it, right? So if you could
Mhm.
imagine, like this came out like 4 or 5 years in the lifetime of the DS. So if you're like a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old and you get this, you've already got like a shed load of really cool games that are out, and then it just feels like it's yours, like you can hold on to it. It's not
Yeah.
as unwieldy and stuff. So I get why they did it. And you've got all these parts you can make a cheap system to like get because you want to just get the system in hand so you can sell the games. But then
It
it took the 3D away. It's like, well,
yeah.
it's like the Switch Lite. It's like, what's the point?
And it had a mono speaker too. It wasn't stereo, I
Yeah.
think, and it
I
wasn't as good.
no,
However,
it's
people do
ugly.
say it's very comfortable to hold, but also looks like a kid thing, so adults,
Yeah.
like, did not want it. So, yeah,
Such
let's
weird
C tier
fucking
it. Let's C
design.
tier it.
Yeah. And then the 2DS XL.
The new 2DS XL,
Yeah. Where do you want this one?
I would give it an A tier as well
Yeah.
because after that, like, people realize the 3D is just a little
Yeah.
gimmick and nobody really played on it that much anymore. You
Mhm.
just turned it on to kinda see it,
Yeah.
but honestly, the 2DS is just as good as the new 3DS. They look exactly the same.
Do you know what do you remember, like, back in 90s films, where, you had the, like they would put, like, a nerdy girl in glasses, and then, and she'd walk around with her books like this, and then they do the montage where she takes off and all she has to do is take off her glasses and put her hair down, and she's suddenly this, like, supermodel. Oh my
And
god, I
drink a
live
Diet
for it. It's so
Pepsi.
good. That is the 2DS to the 2DS XL, right? It's like the
Yes.
2DS took its glasses off. its hair down. It was like, look at this sexy ass bitch of a machine. It is just so sexy.
It is
It's like
sexy.
the screen's really good. I love the way that they like, hid the speakers within the system itself. It's just like, oh, it's so sexy. And I've seen a few of them and they look really good.
I
Great,
have
great,
a
great, great.
2DS, the new 2DS, and I
Oh, okay.
have a new 3DS. And I have 2 DS Lites, and I have a Game Boy Advance, a Game Boy Color, and oh my god, I have so many of these.
My name's Mike, and I have everything. La la la.
This is why I'm an expert in the field.
You are. You
Like
are
and
an expert
subscribe.
in the field.
Okay, and the last image here, we just couldn't get rid of it.
Yeah,
but it's supposed to be a Switch.
It's the Switch.
But
And
it's a
it's
Switch with
stupid.
no Joy-Cons, so
What's
that
the
is
point?
a D tier for me.
That one, yeah, they'll put that there.
What is this? What is this? A freaking monitor?
So dumb. What was that about anyways?
Yeah.
All right, well there you go. That is our ranking of all of the Nintendo systems, both consoles and handhelds. I hope we didn't forget one.
I would
know
argue
somebody's gonna go like,
that
"You forgot about this
the
system."
last 2 we did, the 3DS, the
Uh-huh.
new 3DS
Yeah.
and the new 2DS
Yeah.
could dip their toes in S tier. For
You wanna talk
modding reasons.
Oh, for modding reasons?
Yeah, but however, the DS games don't look that great on those
Oh, I
of
see.
they look a
Okay.
little blurry. There is a
Because
way
the
to do
screen's so big or something?
yeah, oh, it's so big.
Oh,
But
yeah.
there's a way to do pixel perfect for the DS
Uh-huh.
ones, but it makes it's like a tiny screen in this big handheld of a DS of a 3DS, and so I'd rather just play it on the original hardware that it was meant for. That's why I have a DS for my DS games.
Do you wanna make an argument for one of these to go into S tier?
No, I'm happy with
No?
them there.
You're happy with it?
Okay, for modding reasons, I want them both in S tier, but we're not modding these.
No.
So okay,
No.
never mind.
So they stay. They
Yeah,
stay.
because
Okay.
the only reason I want them up there is, and I realize, is because of modding.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Okay, well, there you go. That's our ranking of all of the systems. So for the listeners out there, let's break this down. Let's work our way from the bottom to the top.
From the
Mike,
bottom, now I'm here.
take it away. How did we rank these in letter order?
In letter order, we have D tier, Virtual Boy, and Joy-Con-less Switch. Ignore that. So just Virtual Boy is the only one that made it to the D tier.
Yeah.
It's great for collectors, bad for your back.
That's
all I'm
it.
gonna say in that one.
Mm-hmm.
And in C tier, we have the infamous Wii U,
Mm-hmm.
followed by the Game Boy. What is that one called?
Micro.
Because
Micro.
why?
Because it's micro.
Yeah, like the only reason I can't. And then we have the Wedge Play School toy Nintendo 2DS.
Ooh, here we go. We make it up to B tier.
Used to a B tier.
Okay, so B tier, we've got the OG, the NES. All classic of all time. Brought back the video game industry, but maybe just not as great to go back to. The N64, the Wii, the Switch Lite. Then we have the original Game Boy and the Game Boy Pocket. Then followed by the DS Lite, DSi. There we go, and then the launch version of the 3DS. And then in A tier, we've got all these wonderful systems: GameCube, Switch 2, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP, DS, new 3DS XL, and the new 2DS XL.
So the only ones that made it to S tier
are
Super Nintendo, SNES, or SNES for
don't. I hate that.
For you Europeans over
No,
here.
SNES forever.
SNES. And after that, OLED Switch as S tier, and the DS Lite, because it's such a beautiful little system. I love it. Okay, well, we didn't put Switch 2 in the S tier because they need to earn it. They haven't earned it for me yet with their 2 games they gave me.
It's a really great system, shows a lot of promise, but it's not there yet. It needs time.
Not there yet.
It needs time in the oven.
They're coming to get you.
Yeah, it's the Nintendo ninjas coming to get us. Oh my gosh! But then, you know what I think? But what a like, if we were doing, like, ranking all systems of all times, like,
Oh
comparatively,
gosh.
like, pretty much every one of those Nintendo systems, barring the Virtual Boy, could be sitting up in an S tier because there's the, like, amazing game library, awesome game experiences, there's something for
Nostalgia.
everyone. Yeah, nostalgia. And I think that's why, like, the Switch and Switch 2 sort of are cheating a little bit because, like, you can go to the Nintendo Switch Online and it's pretty much every system that Nintendo's ever had, and with the release of the Virtual Boy attachment, it will largely be every system. Because,
Mm.
like, when I look
Oh,
over
we
at my,
could we
like
could add another system that we kind of forgot.
what?
Well, it's not really a system, but it's called the NSO, Nintendo Switch Online, and then
There
it
you
has
go.
everything
Yeah.
in one.
There you go. Yeah, because over here, if you can't see it because it's blurred out, but those over there are all the NSO controllers I've got. I've got the
Oh yeah.
GameCube, I've got the N64, I've got the Super Nintendo. So in this weird way, I'm kind of able just to like pick them up and feel like I'm playing those systems again
Which
without
makes the
having to have all the
Switch like
yeah.
S tier.
It's so
So
incredible. It's so incredible. Yeah. Well, what do you think, listeners? What do you think of our ranking where that landed? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Were you shouting with rage, going like, "How dare you put that in a
dare
C
you.
tier or a B tier?" If you have thoughts, let us know in the comments below, or you can write in to us at gamers@outofsyncgaming.co.uk. Again, that's gamers@outofsyncgaming.co.uk. Write in with your thoughts, write in with your comments, write in with your questions, and we will discuss them in a future episode. Where can they find us on socials, Mike?
Where can they find us? Where
They
can't
can.
you find us?
Where can't you find us? We're
Just
everywhere.
type in Out of Sync Gaming into TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, Discord, wherever you want to find us. You can probably find us there.
Yeah, yeah,
We post
absolutely.
shorts. We post shorts every week, just highlights of our episodes and these other things.
Definitely. And don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, to like and subscribe. We are working our way to 1,000. We want to try and get there by the end of the year, so help us out. And leave some comments. That's really helping as well. Leave some reviews of episodes that you've been watching, because that really helps us grow the audience as well. And you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts, to Apple, Spotify, wherever you are. Um, we've got some exciting stuff coming up down the line for episodes as we go throughout the year. We're going to be talking about Metroid as we get excited for that to be coming out. We are going to be talking about Game Award predictions, doing our own Game of the Year lists. So yeah, get
Holiday
excited.
comfy games.
Holiday comfy. Ooh, I can't wait to do that one, because all I want to do is sit down and play games after we talk about it. Yeah, but if there's a topic you'd like us to talk about or suggestions, let us know when you send those emails, and we might work some of those in too. But yeah, lots of good stuff coming down the line for Out of Sync Gaming. But anything else, Mike?
Thanks for watching.
Absolutely. And until next time,
Play what you want to.
bye.
Bye.
You're all S tier in my heart.
Oh, I thought you said less tier.
No,
Okay.
S tier.
S
They're all
tier.
S
S
tier.
tier.
All the
You're
S in
all
this
S
are list
tier.
tier. Bye.